because I ain't understand, the seriousness of it at that time. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that judge was going to say, man, 40 years, the maximum for a juvenile.
We always try to go into the who as far as this murder case. Who was affected by it? Meaning people on your end, also people on the other end, the victim side.
Everybody, man. My victim family, of course. They was affected more than anything. And my family as well. My mother, my siblings, everybody. Coming up in Port Arthur, Texas, being a young man, that was lost, lost, dumb, deaf, and blind, as I always say, man, running the streets of Port Arthur, man, with no sense of direction, looking for love in the streets, all the wrong places, looking for that father figure in the streets, man, and embracing, just embracing all the negativity that was put into me. And, I digested as it was given. And, hey, man, that's where it led me, to that concrete hell. But, I affected a lot of people when I took my fall, man.
No, definitely. And that's, you kind of went into a little bit. I was going to ask, the why, the why you was sitting in front of a judge to face this case. You kind of spoke on that itself. So before I come back to that, if you don't mind, take us through the what, as in the what happened. 14 years old, you're young, but like you said, you out here. But this situation, I don't know if it was supposed to have happened, if it was a situation gone wrong. But if you don't mind, and again, all respect to the dead here. But
yeah, it was, most definitely, man. It wasn't premeditated. It wasn't planned. They say, man, one blink of an eye, man, the situation can change your whole life. Shit can go wrong, and that's my situation. That was my reality. Like, I literally went on the 503 Park with my peers at the time. And I went out there to get me some money, man. That was one of the spots in Port Arthur where we hustled at back in 93, before all the sides took place, East and the West went to trip and all that, I went everywhere, you feel me? And that was one of the go getting the spots. And shit, I went out there and shit went left. Went out there to get some money and shit, ended my career, man.
What was the situation? How did it go left?
It went left because, like I say, my intentions of killing somebody was never the motive. That was never the motive at all. Like, I never thought that May 31st would be my last time in the streets of Port Arthur for a long time. And I had all the good intentions in the world. My mindset back then. I'm going to give me some money, man, as always. I'm going to come back home, chill, do it all over again the next day, you feel me? But when I got out there, me and my partners, we out there hooping. 503, man, it's a historical park in Port Arthur. It's a caboose train that's gated, that been on that park. I'm 46, before I ever existed. I never asked how long the train been there, but I know before I even existed, that train was on that park. And it's still there to this day. You know what I'm saying? So it's something dealing with the historical, it's history, and that park was live. Like, they were one of the livest areas in the town to go get you some money, Shoot, I couldn't play basketball, by the way.
Yeah.
But I get on the court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get on the court, shoot my shot, do a lot of hacking, whatever, have fun, with the guys. And when I go out there, we hooping or whatnot, and the Laws, of course, is a high spot. They rolling, doing they patrolling or whatever. They pull up on the park. Like the park, it's a bunch of grass away from the street. So they pull up on the park into the grass right on side of the court side. And one of the officers knew me. And, I got history with PAPD, man. I used to just being in the streets, being in Dauphine rentals, getting pulled over, jumping out, running from them. They all knew me. So it wasn't no, they pull up, don't know who I am. So as soon as they pull up, they, Shoo, ain't you on probation? They called me out on it. I was on probation. I'm like, yeah, I'm on probation, man. Y'all know that. They say, well, you need to get your ass home. If we come back through here, you know what it is. So I'm like, I'm finna go. So by the way, when I seen them coming, I threw my dope in a McDonald's cup that was laying on the ground. You know what I'm saying? We had a McDonald's that sit diagonal from the park on the corner of Savannah and Gulfway Drive, Gulfway Boulevard, main strip in Port Arthur, man. And when they leave, I go to the cup, my dope gone. So they put me in a whole nother mindset. You know, I'm trying to figure out who got it. I'm just trying to dissect everything, but I never figured it out. So now I'm like, damn, you know, I ain't no big time. You know, at this time, I'm probably getting quarters, halves, you know what I'm saying? So that happened. So I'm asking my partner, man, who y'all ain't see nobody get my dope? You know, it was a few dope fiends out there at the time, about 2-3 of them out there, but I jammed them, nobody knew nothing. So I'm like, damn. So my victim pulled up. Caucasian guy pull up in the truck. We see the truck. So everybody run up to the truck thinking it's a lick. You know, everybody trying to hit the lick. So we run up to the truck. He like, nah, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. Do y'all want to buy some weed? It was supposed to be a weed man. You know, so in my mind, I'm like, hey, yeah, what you got? He like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, go on, pull over. We gonna rap, you know. So I tell my partners, you know, they way older than me. I'm like, man, look, and they say he got some weed. You feel me? They like, what he say he got? I say, he said whatever. So, you know, that's why I'm at now. I'm like, shit, I just took a L too. You feel me? So shit, he pulled over. And this dope fiend out the hood named Sheila, man. She out the hood. She out the west side of Port Arthur, man, Carver Terrace. And it was her birthday. And she know me from the block, Short, Texas, man, Crack University. That was the strongest and the livest block in the town, man, back then, $1 million spot. You know, UGK, y'all heard Pimp and Bun rap about it. But it was that, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't just no rap cap, it really was that. So that's where I knew Sheila from, Short, Texas. And she was like, Shoo, give me something. It's my birthday. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing to give you, Sheila. You know what I'm saying? You lying. But I ain't got nothing to give you. So mind you, the white boy right there, you know, he waiting on us to come rap with him. So me and my partners now walk over there. So he like, what's up? Who gonna do what? Who want what? So I'm like, man, I want it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I had like $160 cash in my pocket. So he like, who got the money? So, you know, back then, my thing was this, man. I probably have about I can have $500. I ain't gonna have about 620s. The rest gonna be ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm walking around like I just got, you know, making it look right. Yeah, making it look good, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I got it right here. You feel me? So he like, that ain't enough. That can't be enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's it. So my partner like, he gonna ride with you, pointing at me. And the truck was on, and the door was open, the driver's door to the truck. So my partner like, Shoo, get the truck. The weed might be in the truck. And I'm like, you right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who gonna distract him? You feel me? So he like, I got him, but just so happened he ain't have to say shit because Sheila walked up. And when he seen Sheila, he just shifted his attention, you know what I'm saying? So she like, what's up, Red? That's what she told him. What's up, Red? He, what's up? So they go to talk. So I go to the passenger door. I said, man, open the door. He reached in the truck and locked the door. So I came back to the driver's side. So him and Sheila still talking. So I jump in the truck. You know what I'm saying? So when I jumped in the truck, I get in and straight mash the gas and drop it and drive. So that boy spinning. You know what I'm saying? So he, oh shit, he taking my truck. So he jumped. Now mind you, the door open, window down. So when he jump on the truck, he jumps on the door, catch on to the door. His arms through the door. And so he between the door and the truck, right? So I ain't even, bro, I bullshit you not. From about right here to that wall is a telephone pole, right? So we struggling with the wheel now. He trying to climb in the truck. We struggling with the wheel. And the truck lose control, hit that pole. And when it hit the pole, the door slammed on him. But it couldn't close because he in between the truck and the door. So when the door slammed on him, he fell and the pole split. You know what I'm saying? So he died instantly. So when he fell and the pole fell, I went for a little bit. Then I jumped out the truck. I left that boy rolling. Then it went in somebody's front yard, hit a tree, boom. So I go back. I'm like, damn, I seen how he fell off the truck. So I go back, I look. My partners and them standing around him. They like, Shoo, he gone. So when I looked, I'm like, damn, eyes wide open. You know, he laying on his back. And you could tell he was dead, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck, I done tripped out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what y'all finna do? So all them was from the east side. I'm from the west, so I got on the bike and went home, you know what I'm saying? Went to the house, showered, jumped in the bed, laid down. That was about 12 in the morning. And when I finally went to sleep, my mama get up around 3, 4 in the morning every morning. She was a manager at McDonald's, right from across the street from the scene. So she got up for work. And I heard somebody beat on the door, boom, 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 boom. So I'm like, damn. So I'm laying there playing possum. I hear my mama go to the door. Who is it? You know, I say the police. She opened the door. And I say, P, Shoo here? And she was like, yeah, he in there asleep. Woo, woo, woo. You mind if we come in there and talk to him? So they came in. My mama like, boy, the police here for you. I'm playing with it. I'm like, all right, I get up, go to the front room. So they like, what's up, man? We need to ask you a few questions. I'm like, what's up? And they like, did you see anything on 503 Park? We know you was out there. This is the same ones ran mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I could say I wasn't there. You know what I'm talking about? I say, well, when y'all told me to leave, I left. You know, that's what I told them. They say, all right. I say, what happened? They say somebody got killed. So I'm like, damn. And they say, well, the detective want to talk to you. Do you mind coming down and talk to the detective? So in my mind, you know, prior to that, I done been through some shit with the laws, right? Some serious shit. So, I was like, I don't mind. You know, if they asking me, do I want to go talk to the detective? That mean I ain't got shit, right? So, when I go, shit, as soon as I walked in that bitch, they pointed me out. Sheila pointed me out, and a few of my partners was in there. At that time, I didn't know if they told or, you know what I'm saying, but I seen them in there. And shit, the man called my mom and he told my mom, he say, shit, he gone. You won't be seeing him for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You know, she ain't never passed out and shit, that was it. They sent me on a juvenile.
Quick question. Did they ever say what was the actual cause of his death? Like what actually, was it the impact of the ground?
The impact and the turner.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Broke his neck, his back.
Okay. You're 14 years old. Are you, you playing in the streets, so you kind of know, this sometimes, I'm assuming you know this is kind of what comes with it. But are you processing what's actually about to happen? Like, are you processing at the time at 14? Is anybody giving you game? You got an uncle or something? Somebody's already in the...
I mean, shit, all my partners was already, my cousin, they already in the pen, been to the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my daddy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I really didn't know. When that happened, I really wasn't. I was like, shit, just come on, do what y'all gotta do. Let me get it over with. That was my attitude. Because I ain't understand, the seriousness of it at that time. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that judge was going to say, man, 40 years, the maximum for a juvenile. You know, I didn't know I was gonna be gone 20 years. You know, I remember the detective telling my mom he gonna be gone long, but I ain't never imagined that.